Hey everybody, welcome back. Got a little paint on the Edsel finally, which is good because that's the next step that I had to do. But now, um, I have to bare metal foil this thing. This is not going to be a video of me bare metal foiling anything. I just wanted to do a quick update because it seems like so long in between. I'm sure some people think, well, you should quit on that one too. I have quit on a couple, but I do want to get back on. Matter of fact, I might break that other one out in this video. I haven't even thought about that. But, so I got it painted. I got the sunshine yellow and the orange. I like that combination. It's not yellow. It looks like a cream color. Maybe it looks more yellow on here. But it looks like a cream color to me, and that's what I wanted. I want the kind of creamsicle like theme, sort of. It's kind of a darker orange for creamsicle, but you know what I mean. So it was pretty aggravating to tape this off. I don't typically do like two-tone paint jobs. I don't tape a lot of stuff, but I did it. When I painted the orange first, so I taped off the roof. I didn't want like 2, 4, 6 coats of paint when you get done. So I taped off the roof. It would remained primer, and also taped off those little wings on the side there. So those were primer, and the back. Painted the orange, competition orange is what it is, and it looks good. I like it. And then I took all that off, took the tape off there, taped off all the orange, which was even a bigger job, and then had to obviously cut it out and then paint the cream color. Problem is on these vents, or not vents, these wing things right here. They will be covered with bare metal foil on the edges. Well, when you have multiple paint layers, that leaves like a line, because you pull your tape off and it's going to leave a line. As a matter of fact, there is one spot. Let's see if it will focus right there. Nope, not right there. Right there. You can see some primer that was covered both times, so you can actually still see a little primer. So what I had to do, I may have to go back over it a little bit. Once I pulled the tape off for the cream, there it leaves a definite paint line, and you will see that with bare metal foil. I mean, it just shows everything. It's so thin once you burnish it down. So I'd go in there with this little, where's it, right here, this really fine sanding sponge, and just really carefully, because I didn't want to get on my paint, which I'm going to wet sand it, but I didn't want to get in there and make any, and I just sand it ever so slightly all the way down both sides, so I would have not such an evident paint line there. Oh gosh, it looks like I might have touched my paint a little bit. The top, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. It kind of, where the paint was, it kind of faded. You can still see primer there. I think that'll be okay. I might bump that with the wet sanding when I wet sand it. But my next step is to wet sand it first. Why you want to wet sand? Because I got to put bare metal foil on, but I want to wet sand it, then foil it, then clear coat it. Because I want to put clear coat over my bare metal foil, especially because these little wings back here, that is so exposed, which I guess a lot of people do pick them up right here, and that would also do it. I think the proper way to probably pick one up is maybe by the doors. I don't know if there's a proper way to pick up a model or not, but I want to wet sand it, because you can't wet sand when you got the bare metal foil on it, obviously. So wet sand it, put the foil on there, and then clear it. Hopefully that won't give me any issues, but this is the thing. I've got plenty of bare metal foil, but I had been recommended this MIG chrome sheet, which let's see, maybe it was, anyway, I was recommended this stuff It's that Mylar, like I think it's Mylar. I think there's another company that puts it out. I've got some of that too. I just tried a piece of it. You can see right there on the end, I cut it off. I tried a piece just to test it on the back right here, right there. And it just doesn't, it does not take the curves like bare metal foil. Especially if you just lay a strip across and then you try to burnish that in, that stuff doesn't stretch. Bare metal foil will like stretch, you know what I mean? And it would get down in the creases, and you can actually make a turn with a straight piece. You could, I mean, literally, you can make a straight piece curve around. That Mylar stuff right there, not a fan. I tried it in the other, I think it's Mr. Hobby might have made, no, Hasegawa. Man, I haven't said that name in a long time. They made some, and I tried it before, and it don't take the curves. I don't know. I know some people like it, but I don't like it. So I'm going to stick with the bare metal foil and fight with that stuff. When you pull a little strip off and it curls up like a pig's tail and just sticks all together, you got to be real careful with it. Especially when they came out with this. This all says new and new improved. I think all of it's new improved. But there was some of it was like bright chrome or something like that. Yeah. You could just throw it right in the trash can, because you could not get a piece off of that without it just, when you cut that little strip and you start peeling it off and you're ready with your other hand to grab it, you didn't have enough time. It just would go, it would just swirl up and you're done. So I'm going to bare metal foil it. I'm not going to use the MIG chrome sheet Mylar stuff for this. I'm sure it has its applications that it would work good. Let me get the hood. I forgot about that. Stick the hood on it real fast. But I'm digging the colors in it. I like that a lot. My favorite color is orange, so I painted the firewall too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool, man. And then there's the issue, not really an issue, it's just personal preference, with the blower hat. I've come to not like this one. I've come to not like it. So then I was working on, I gotta get this chair out of my way. I'm sitting having to walk back and behind it. There, I wanted to put the that style bug catcher on it. Buzzard catcher, bug catcher. I don't think I'm gonna catch a buzzard in it. You're more likely to catch bugs in it, so I'm gonna call it a bug catcher. That one, but if I, oh, you can't see nothing. Oh my gosh, I can't see either because this camera's in such an angle. Let me get it up a little bit. If you, I don't really like the fact to mount it directly on the blower. They don't do it for me. I know these things didn't stick up high. They did mount down low. Let me try to get this thing set on there. It just slides all around. But if I do that, I don't think it's going to stick out of the hood. Well, I can't get my fingers and the blower up in there. So then I tried to make, why didn't I grab that? I was trying to make a little plenum for it to sit on, and try to do that, and then I kind of failed at that. It didn't look right. It just looked like a block. Didn't really look like, and it still looks like a block obviously, but it would get it up higher. But that, yes, you see that, it looks terrible. That's just absolutely awful. And so I went on Cults, and I found a different blower hat that is still the more carbon fiber style, but it's not that shape. It's a lot more rounded, although it is the three holes, but it's a lot more rounder. It doesn't stick straight up like that. So I'm going to print one of those and see. And it also has the injector lines already on the hat, so I like that too, because I wanted to have injector lines, but I really didn't want to have to make them out of metal, because I've never really done that kind of stuff. That's the best way to learn. I totally understand that, but it's a heck of a lot easier if you can just print it out. What has this world come to? We don't want to do anything now. We just want to 3D print it. Yeah, I am 100% honest. Didn't want to have to learn how to do that on this, at least. Maybe I need to do it on another one, but I can paint those little 3D printed lines, make them look metal. So it's got the hood on it. It's all painted. Got to do the foil, and then start working on the rest of it. I think the interior is going to be pretty easy. Don't think it's going to be bad. The chassis is pretty much finished. I got to paint it, obviously. And yeah, the interior is going to fit in there just like it should, just the factory interior. I had to do some serious modifications on the rear seat to get it to go in there because I was advised it needed a rear seat, and I think so too. But I'd like to make a roll bar for it. And I played around on my 3D design software, doing some other things, making some little wheel hubs and stuff like that. And I might try to 3D print or try to make a roll cage. It would be really cool if I could make one that would go not just a hoop, but one that was actually that would come down the front too and look kind of neat. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. I'll probably talk myself right out of that, but hopefully I'll get on there and see what I can get done with it. And in the meantime, I'm trying to talk Heather into coming out here and building another one, and she might. Although, you see this wooden stuff right here? She's been working on this book nook. Well, she's not been working on it, but she started it and worked on it several times, but hasn't finished it yet. So I told her, I said, yeah, I'll sit down with you and help you finish that book nook, and maybe I can get her out here, and maybe I can get Ruthie back out here too. Wouldn't that be cool? Get Ruthie out here to build one. And then Ellie, I actually bought, well, I'll get into that later. With Ellie, it's not just about Ellie, it's about they like Stranger Things. They've watched all that stuff, but anyway, I'll get into that in another video. Maybe they'll get out here and build something. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's all I got. But I did get paint on it, and I think it's going to look good. Wet sand it, foil it, clear it. And I was talking to my friend Billy Berry yesterday, and he said, what else you working on? I said, well, really, Billy, I'm not working on anything else, because if I open up anything else, then I just won't work on this. I said, however, I want to get the body finished. And if I can get the body finished, I might set it to the side, build another one, and then come back to it, because I don't want to burn out on this thing at all. I get burnt out really easy, I guess, because I have a short attention span, and I like doing stuff like that. But when it's long and drawn out, I'll tend to just totally lose interest. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to put it in a box. I want to have it sitting right over there in that mess, so I'll be able to see it the whole time. But yeah, I want to get the body wet sanded, foiled, cleared, and then maybe we set it to the side and work on another one. Maybe build one with Heather, or maybe me and her build one together. Not together, but you know what I mean, side by side. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate you. Got a lot of new stuff on mcvproducts.com. Got this one, just put it on today. Pro-charged Proline, will it focus? Proline small block Ford. Yes, small block Ford, Matthew. We want Chevys. I know. I got a pro-charged Chevy on there, and a pro-charged big block Chevy, and pro-charged Hemi. But anyway, yeah, I just got that one on there. Goes together nice too. Which these, all my small block Fords, it's based on the same thing. They go together really nice. And the guy who ever designed this, I can't think of the designer. I would misquote it if I did, but anyway, I mention all my designers in the description of each item. There's a link there for all their stuff. So anyway, he does a good job on these small block Fords. Transmission, you don't get any closer to a real C4 than that. That thing looks cool. But anyway, yeah, pro-charged. Oh, I forgot about this one. Got this one too. It's not all together. Some other parts of that. It's a Dark Horse Ford. It's the Mustang Dark Horse engine. It's missing the top cover. It's laying over there, and it's got the intake, or the cold air intakes and all that stuff. But yeah, Dark Horse with a Tremec. So that was on there too. And some it's got some cool wheels and tires and stuff. Oh, let me show you these while I'm on here. I got some big. Maybe you guys would scratch your head. I don't know, but they make them, so I print them. Big block Chevy valve covers that, like these are Oldsmobile. I painted them so they'd actually look better. Oldsmobile. Um, and I've sold some of these, so obviously they want them. There's Buick. I don't have Pontiac, and also Moroso, big block Chevy valve covers. And I won't keep going because I just would make the video too long. But anyway, go check it out, mcvproducts.com. Thank you, all of you guys and gals, I guess. I see women's name on there. I don't know if you're buying it for your husband or you're actually building it. But anyway, thank everyone for the support over there. I greatly appreciate it. So does my family. And we'll see you soon. JaxCon, February the 7th, Jacksonville, Florida. I'll be there. Will not be vending down there. Unfortunately, I won't be vending this time, but I will be at the show. Jacksonville, Florida at the, well, just look it up, JaxCon 2026. It'll be easy to find. But February the 7th, that's on a Saturday. It's in Jacksonville, Florida, and it'll probably be cold. But Florida gets cold, Matthew? Yes, it sure does, because it's not that far away from me. And today, it was 48 degrees was the high. It's getting down to 26 tonight. Today is Tuesday. Anyway, all right. I'm just continually rambling. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.